Uh, Thank you so much, Madam Mary, for finding favor just to speak with these great faces in this room. They will really love to hear your voice and find it favor just to further the conversation ahead. As I said, my name is Jack Onyango. I'm a peace builder.
Thank you for that kind introduction. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you all here today at this wonderful conference, a South Sudanese Peace and Leadership Mentorship Workshop, which is organized by Sunrise Foundation, South Sudan, on behalf of the Embassy of the Republic of South Sudan here in Kenya, and on my own behalf, I would like to extend our gratitude to Sunrise Foundation for their invitation to South Sudan Embassy. I'm so grateful to see you all this morning. I'm so honored to be invited as one of the guest speakers today at this wonderful conference. So thank you so much, Sunrise Foundation. Allow me first to express some of you words. I want to thank the organizers and the partners for putting on this event. Their dedications and all they have done for us to be here today, it's really and highly appreciated. So we really appreciate your dedication. We appreciate your work that you put into this event today. So can we put our hand together to appreciate the Sunrise Foundation? It's a great work for them to do such a thing. Coming up with this great idea is very good, it's very helpful for all of us, especially
and I'll go against the program just for a sec. I'd like to have our host, Sister Anne, say just 2 words, and then we can have the main MC, who I'm trying to stand in his big shoes, say 2 words, and then we can have the session from Darunga. So Sister Anne, please, just come and say 2 words, and then we have Fred coming. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm called Sister Henriette Ann. I stay here and I work at the Communication Office of the Catholic Diocese of Tomra-Yambio. I'm so happy to be with you here and to join us and to attend this workshop. When Nation was talking, he mentioned something in agriculture. Bishop Eduardo from last year has been running a program that each parish, each institute, each school to at least have 1 acre farm that they ensure they have food. So far, most of the parishes has adopted this request, but the stories we are publishing, we are getting people who want supply of food in Juba. Unfortunately, back in Kenya, I cannot do any connection with the poor roads in Yambio. I have been in Yambio, by the way, in 2022 and 2023. So there is no way we have food in Western Equatoria, but there is no way this food can reach Juba, yet we have the market. So as he encouraged us to do something in agriculture, I'll also echo the same words, that with communication we are reaching so many people that are willing to work together with you people. So as you pursue different fields, let's think of this agriculture, because if you look at the environment of Western Equatoria can feed the whole Juba and supply to other countries. It's so a very, very rich environment. So I really urge you, my dear people, that you may do something when it comes to agriculture, so that back in Kenya, as I publish your news and do so many connections, I'm able to at least answer 1, 2, 3 questions or able to do connection with people back in the country. So even if you are in Uganda, Ethiopia, in Kenya, please be in touch with those who are back and you are able to tell them, please pursue something in agriculture, be able to embrace agriculture. And if anything, if you are in a position to support somebody who can do agriculture back in the country, actually we are having sustainable agriculture rural development school in Yambio that is offering agriculture, both from a certificate or a 6-month course at affordable cost that is offered by the diocese. You can also do as well that you support some people back home that can do agriculture and at least provide food for our people. Thank you so much and may God bless you.
Thank you very much, Sister Anne. Word of knowledge. Fred, say a word, please.
Good morning. How are you? I'm a former police officer, so I don't have to use this. When you go to police academies, I was at a place called Kiganjo, that is in Nyeri. Do you know Nyeri? Yes. Very good. I was there, trained there, worked as a police officer for 3 years before leaving and joining the media. And so my voice is quite audible. My name is Frederick Muitiriri. I'm a TV presenter, anchor, reporter, anything in between, and an editor. I work with NTV, you can tell. And for those who have been in Kenya for a long time, you know in Kiswahili, nilikuja kuatishia kidogo tu. So I'm glad to see all of you here. My main day is tomorrow. I'm so excited to see young people coming together and equally old people like myself. I may look young because I'm wearing sports shoes. However, I'm quite gone in age. I was a police officer between the year 2004 and 2008. That's a long time ago. I have been a journalist now for the last 15 years. I've worked with different organizations. I've worked with KTN, I've worked with Citizen, I've worked with TV47, I have worked with Inoro, I've worked with Radio Maisha. Radio Maisha is one of the biggest radio stations here in Kenya. I am now with NTV. You never know. Tomorrow you might see me on CNN. Never know. And mine is to encourage you that it is of utmost importance that you get something out of this place. When we were in school, no one gave us such forums. So you are in such an important forum. And I hope that you're going to translate the same back home. And that is the most important thing. That whatever you're going to gain from here, make sure you translate the same back home. I mean, I have covered how many elections? I covered the 2005 referendum as a police officer. I covered 2007 elections in Kenya as a police officer. I covered 2013 election as a journalist. I covered 2017 election as a journalist and 2022 as a journalist in different media houses. And as you can tell, you're in Kenya because it is as peaceful as it can be. We fight during election with our mouth. We Kenyans don't know. You know, I have reported so much on South Sudan. I mean, I have done enough reports on South Sudan. But in Kenya, we only know how to fight with our mouths. If you see us on Twitter, KOT, if you see us on Twitter, we fight with our mouths. But beyond that, we don't do anything. We do not hold Kenyans, unless you are in places where I was sent. I started as a police officer in a place called Isiolo, where guns were the norm. You wake up in the morning, you hear guns on this side, you wake up in the morning, you hear guns on the, as a police officer, you are following Keto on this side. But we believe, the fact that South Sudan joined the East African community, we believe as a family that we are going to have a peaceful election for South Sudan this year. That's our hope. That is our main hope, that you are going to have such a peaceful election and you are going to have a good time as a country, even as you grow. So karibuni sana, I'll have you tomorrow. Today is starter tu, tunaanza kidogo kidogo. We are starting small. And then tomorrow we are going to have a great day. We are looking forward to having PLO tomorrow, another being guest. Naona tunaekewa mashine za ajabu. Asante sana ndugu yangu. There is a lady by the name of Veronica from Uganda. Is Veronica here? Hi Veronica. Come over, mama. Oh, she's beautiful, isn't she? Oh, she is beautiful. So I'm told you are such a great MC.
Oh.
Yeah? You see, I know about you and we have never even met. I'm told you are such a great MC. So if you can allow her to be the MC for the rest of the sessions, she could do a great thing. Just give her the program. She will do some amazing things. We have to encourage each other. Yes. Yeah. So I'll give her the mic to introduce herself, and then we'll give it back to her, and then she's going to coordinate the rest of the thing. I mean, students can do great things. Right? Awesome. Introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. I felt in him when he mentioned my name with his nice deep voice. Anyway, it's a pleasure being here. My name is Bazande Veronica, a graduate of public health, and still pursuing, still in the same field. And for leisure, I like talking, and talking is my hobby. So that is why someone from NTV had to recognize me. So yes, I'll be glad working with you today until when it will be due. Thank you.
Okay, we could stretch just a bit. Let's stretch. I'll take you the military. How many people have held guns here? Hey, sorry. Hey, all of you. Hey. I have dangerous people. Okay, we could stretch. These are people who've been trained before. Maybe the ladies have not been trained. Stretch, whatever. All right, we'll stretch here. I'm taking you all the way to when you are police. All right, we take you on this side. Very good. On the other side, you'll be very much ready for learning. We take it back. Please, men, do not look at the ladies. We start seeing things. Yeah, you stretch on the other way. Okay, we could move our waist just a bit. If you hear some cracks, you need to get married or marry. Alright, the other side. If there are more cracks, you need children. We know some of you here have many children. And you are still students. Alright? Yuma, okay? This way. You guys are Kenyans, eh?
I'm not a medical doctor, but a PhD holder. I am the former Vice Chancellor of Africa Renewal University, where Paite comes from. Currently Vice Chancellor of Restore University. I was going somewhere, for a mission to facilitate a course in Lagos, and then I got a call from Simon of this event happening, and I said, since it's today and tomorrow, I think I can be here today and tomorrow, then I leave. So I'm very grateful to see all of you, and actually to see our fellow South Sudanese students and the various, departments you have chosen, which are needed in our country. I think with the skills that you are getting for yourselves, our country will be in safe hands in the near future. So I'm glad to be part of this. I'm here also to listen and learn and also contribute in any way I can. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Steven Darunga. I don't like giving myself titles, but we play around with technology just to give solutions, and one of that solution being in the empowering the community, and part of it is here with Bazande Foundation. Thank you. Now is the hour to discuss about hate speech. Before we watch what I prepared, a bit, begin on it, we'll have a bit of watching, and then we'll have a bit of discussion, and then a whole movie to watch, then there will be question and answer handled by Nation himself. Okay. The first question, what is hate speech? Put your answers down, then watch this, then after that you can give me the answers. Thank you. In your own words, not Google. I know Uncle Google is always helping us university students.
I'd say hate is a strong dislike and disregard for anything. Ladies, where are you? The ladies in the house. We've not heard your voice. Any lady? Should I pick? There's one who's giving a very nice smile at the corner. I know backbenchers are always the smartest. Here we go. Give us your definition.
What is the question?
What is hate? What is hate?
You said?
What is hate? She can repeat to you.
That's a strong word. Is there something specific you're feeling hate towards that you'd like to talk about? Like, if you have hatred to someone, like acting bad, doing something against because you want to win. So that's how I feel about it.
Okay, that's good.
Must I buy this small bottle to sustain my family? This is the motherly question. What does it mean? You're going to buy a bigger tank that once you put water in it, will feed these children for a week. Are we together? So one reason that when the world looks at you, they think you don't have that brain. But please disprove the thinking and go study and analyze things in a better way. Look far. If I'm receiving 5 visitors tomorrow, I should prepare myself. The house has to be clean. What's the expectation of my husband? How does he want us to receive these visitors? Does he have anything to offer? What about me as a wife? Do I have anything to offer? Not him, because it is his brothers and sisters who are coming. As a mother, you must step in. So education that's bringing us together today here is just for us to look at the bigger portion of the world. Not here.
Songs of freedom with joy. For justice, liberty, and prosperity shall forevermore reign. Oh, great patriots, let us stand up in silence and respect, saluting our martyrs most grand, cemented our national foundation. We vow to protect our nation. Oh, God bless our Sudan. Tutaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. jumuiya yetu. Uzalendo pia mshikamano iwe msingi wa umoja wetu, na tulinde uhuru na amani, mila zetu na desturi zetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Katwa! For Simon! Makalipale! For Simon! Makalipale! Thank you very much. See now, don't worry. Now, my salary has gone up. Thank you. Just because of that. Alright, we want to start our session today. For those who are not here yesterday, my name is Frederick Wichiriri. I work with NTV. Alright. See, without this or having it, it's the same. I work for NTV. It's one of the biggest stations here in Kenya, and I'm a Kiswahili presenter. And he's excited that all of you are here and you are able to travel and make time for this event. He's truly excited. He's been following. We had a conversation with him yesterday. He was excited with what was happening. We briefed him, and he said he's happy that you guys are in Kenya. You wouldn't be available in person. You good? Check. All right. He comes from an area that is very close to South Sudan in terms of color. So Jaco Nyango is going to take us with Diana a lot. He's going to take us through entrepreneurship, financial literacy. I want his bio. I want his bio. We cannot allow you. We want a bio. We cannot allow you to come here, Magogogo. Yes, yes. Magogogo in Kenya is zigzag. You just coming for the sake of it. This is a great man we are having within us. We want the bio. I want the bio. I will read it like nobody's business. I want to sell you so that when they come to Kenya, they'll be looking for Jaco Nyango. Diana, where is Diana a lot? All right. Where you are coming from, people might be thinking we collected you from some streets and you are such a heavy man, and we do not want that. Please put your hands together for Jack Onyango. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jack. He will do a great presentation also on financial literacy. Very important, a very important topic that some of us were never taught. That is Kenyan shillings. I've seen some money. Hey, Jack, you talk about money and you give me some. He will not allow you to go like that. Put your hands together for Jack, kindly. No. In Kenya, the third president, second president stayed for 24 years in power. Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. And we grew up during those days. Those who are in Kenya, those who have grown in Kenya, how many of you? There's some people who've grown here in Kenya. Yes? I saw somebody else at the back. This is how we used to clap for Mzee Moi. Every time he would come, like this. Karibu! Jack! You should be clapping by now. Jack! Onyango! To teach us on financial literacy. Funga! Fungua! Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I do appreciate.
You should.
Yes, my name is Jack Onyango. Jack is coming from an organization known as Africa Center for Nonviolence and Sustainable Impact. Jack is a peace builder practitioner, a financial expert, and I do a lot of training on peace building as well as financial literacy. At this point, we are going to be having a very interesting topic. And this topic, we are going to make it so interactive, okay? And no one have a perfect knowledge on this. If you are in university, I don't remember university which training on financial literacy, other than we have some doing business 101. And this is a concept which we find ourselves interacting with money unknowingly, without knowing and getting the understanding its purpose. So today, I want to give you a small exercise so that it will start reshaping your thought process. Take a pen and a paper, do a budget of yourself, of your attire, what you are putting on today. Okay? If you have a suit, please put it how much? Is it $300? Is it $30? Is it $10? Go to the pair of socks, put it together. Okay? Go to the pair of shoes, put it together. Because this is a topic which we are never taught. Alright? At some point, I will start asking you some questions, what you would have not decided to purchase. You have a phone, how much is part of the things you have today? How much does it cost?
In Form 1, I had a friend by Madin Nyan, Form 2. Madin Nyan, by then, he had a family with 2 children. Okay? And he was getting sources of income from benefactors to sustain him in Kenya. When I paid him a visit, I was shocked to see how he was living. And I'm saying this one with a great humility and great respect. His lifestyle was a shocking one. How extravagant he was. This not because he was sweating to earn that money, but because money was available for him to spend the way he wanted to spend. And this is a call for action. If you are spending because you don't feel any pain, a point will come when the pain will be there and you will regret. So, be creative. If you want to involve the business, this is the time. Why waiting, getting out of the university, then you start thinking of writing a proposal, business proposal. Yet you are in the university, you are given that leeway to think, be creative, innovative. So, even in the family setup, the parents, we find this is iconic. You keep on having children after every 3 years. But when they start joining the school, you bother everyone, all your neighbors, all your relatives to help you take them to school. And by the time your relative, your brother, your sister, taking that responsibility to take you to school, then at that point, you also thinking, how do I take my children to school? I can tell you that's the circle of the poverty. So you will be just rotating. No one can grow above that. Because by the time you will decline not to proceed with you, you will say that my uncle is a bad person.
I have some items here that I listed. Actually, I listed everything, but I'm going to talk about the extravagant one. What I feel actually I didn't have to buy is my phone. I bought the phone at 2.7 Ugandan shilling. That is about $750. So,
whom are you calling? The president or who?
So, I don't think I really needed to buy this phone.
Sure, true.
Because if I bought a phone cheaper than this, it was still going to serve the same function. But though, I needed some nice pictures, so that's why I bought it. That means I needed it.
My Oppo does the same job.
So, which one again did I go extravagant on? She wants me to talk about my lotion. But yeah, I use a lotion that I bought at 200,000 Ugandan shillings.
That's how much?
Because
that's how many dollars?
That's about 100 and
lotion.
No, it's less than $100. No, I have to tell you why. Yes. The lotion is medicated. Yes. It was so necessary for me to have that.
That's okay.
Yes. I think that's it. And the watch.
The watch. We are waiting for the watch.
I didn't really need the watch because I can access the time through here, but it wasn't very expensive.
How much?
I bought it at 30,000 Ugandan shillings.
How much? 1 shilling. We want you to convert your.
Yeah,
that is like 1,100
Kenyan shillings.
The items I bought that I feel was extravagant and was not much in need was my watch. Later in retrospect, I was thinking if I had much need to know what time is, my phone already does that. Yeah, so I think I was a bit extravagant. It's something that I wanted, but I didn't really need. Yes.
How much did it cost?
It cost.
Tell us.
It cost 5,500 Kenyan shillings.
Hey, 5,500 Kenya shillings. That's about $40, $50? $40.
Yes.
$40. Okay. Suit. What you're wearing today? You want to hear everything? Look at you.
I think apart from the watch, the only other thing that I'd say is costly is my phone. But that one at least serves a functional purpose. As a student, there's need, I generate a lot of information. I need to process a lot. So it was a functional purchase, which currently I do not regret. But I could have done without the coat, though you know in our career you
have to look the part.
Yes. How you look communicates everything. Yes. Tie, that one wasn't jeans. Yeah, so I'd say the watch. Yes.
Hey everyone. Yes. Apologies. I will try to use time effectively as much as I can. So I will take you through debts, investments, and savings. So I'll start by saying money is a terrible master but an excellent servant. As Jack has taken us through on how to compare what you get and what you save at the end of it all. So what you save from what you get from either your parents or from other sources, for example, if you have hustles, what do you do with it? And if you don't have that extra amount, is there other ways to seek that extra amounts? One of them is loan. So we are also going to explore that. You want to build a home, and you want to do other things. So what's the difference between saving and investing? When you invest our money, it means you do the same thing, you put money in a pot, but this time, this money is not just sitting somewhere. this money is growing interest. So we are going to explore types of investments. It's not really earning money where you sleep, but it's entrusting someone else with your money so that it can grow. If you think you are not very good in entrepreneurship or business, because sometimes when you do a business, it needs you to be fully there. And some of us may not be fully there to be able to see the daily activities of the business you've opened up. So that's where we have investments. And what are the take of it? The investments is what you need to look at when you want to put your money to grow. So we have bonds, real estate. These two, they somehow kind of need a huge amount for you to invest. But as a student and as someone who is not having consistent income, where can you invest your money if you can't afford these types of investments that need a big hunch of money? You can invest in entities that don't need consistent, in financial world we call it premiums, the small can you hear me now? Sorry. If you can't afford to invest your money in the big hunch of the investments that need big hunch of money, you can invest them in entities that can take them in small amounts, what you can. For example, if you do side hustles and they pay you daily, or maybe they don't have consistent income, or maybe you are a casual worker and you get jobs in on-call basis or it's not frequent, you can invest in these entities. One, has anyone here heard of Mali? Mali? Mali. Okay, how many here are using Safaricom? Okay, Safaricom is a Kenyan line. They have M-Pesa. How many of you know M-Pesa? Yes, so you know M-Pesa. So M-Pesa is a Safaricom entity that helps individuals to save and transact money. So Safaricom came up with an investment entity that you can put your money daily and watch it grow and access it anytime you want. So in Mali, if I put 100K, okay, let me work. If I put 2,000 Kenya shillings or 30,000 shillings, it's assuring me a compounded interest of at least 10% annually. That compound interest, is compounded every day. So every day you see on your app what was the declared interest for this particular day. So apart from Mali, if you feel like you don't want to invest and be tempted to be withdrawing your money every day, what other platforms can you consider to invest in? Another one is insurance. Does any one of you know how insurance works here?
Yes.
Can you please help me? I need at least two thoughts on how it works.
Yeah, actually, to me, the way I normally use insurance is the one that I'm using is for the school. We normally do it like this, we pay at the end of the month. Once you're sick, you go, you take medication, then they weigh the bill, then you just go. So in the system, they have everything. Yeah.
Another one? Anyone else who knows how insurance works? I know we talked about how much it costs.
No, they say this is a very good weather.
Oh, really?
Yeah, hometown.
Oh, this is cold. This is very cold. So for those that are dozing off in this weather, what do they do there? They sleep the whole day. Oh, really? It's too hot. Okay, so you have been fed so well that even in the cold you're still dozing off. Alright. So what is that person saying to John?
It's not what you say, John, it's how you say it.
It's not?
What you say, John, how you say it.
Yeah, it's not what you say, John, it's how you say it. So you could say the same thing, but the way that you say it matters a lot. And that is what I'm talking about, tone. Tone then is how it sounds. It's when you tell someone you are, for example, let's say we take too much time here, or I take too much time here, and at this pace I'm likely to take too much time. The MC can come to me and tell me, excuse me, it looks like we're running out of time, yeah? Or he can even just say, hey, time is up. And I will understand that time is up. But the same MC can come here, use the exact same words, but the voice, the facial expression, time is up. Do you see the difference? Yes. Thank you. Let's move. The other way that we attempt to create these thoughts and feelings is in what people see. So when I speak, what are people seeing? So when I'm speaking here, for example, let's be very practical, and I see you dozing off like this, and you go. In Kenya we call it kugawa mashamba. You are busy dividing pieces of land. This one is that one is for the elder brother. What do I see? How does that appear to me?
You're fishing.
You're fishing? You are disinterested, right? Yeah. You are bored, yeah. Which can result to I'm boring, which then can go to you're not creating an atmosphere of love and care, you're actually creating an atmosphere of rejection. Yeah. We don't like you, you're boring. Yeah, that what you're teaching is not necessary. How is this going to help us in life? So what people see. Dozing off is just one of them, but let's go into. So the first thing about what people see is listen. Look and sound interesting. Both looking and sounding interesting. Jack, let's move on. This is an interested person. An interested person does not? Does not? An interested person maintains? An interested person uses? Verbal cues. By verbal cues and affirmations, I mean, when somebody talks to you, you can say, yes, you're nodding, you're saying, yes. No, I can't go to the market. No, you can't. You are responding. That person can hear that you're hearing them. And then finally, you have reflective responses. And this means whether you're talking to someone, quote unquote, lower than you, those people that you lead, or whether you are talking to honorable here. If he is talking and you never, every time he takes a break, you never reflect on what he has said, he will leave that place wondering whether, did that person understand what I was saying? You know? But you can take an opportunity at one of the breaks when you're talking with him and say, it's like you paraphrase what he has said. And then he can see, this person is getting what I'm saying. Let's move on. What does a non-interested person do? Jack, you have jumped. What does a non-interested person do? They keep on interrupting you when you talk. What else do? They keep on looking around. You're talking, have you ever talked to someone and they are busy looking at the trees? Car passes by. Then you even keep on feeling an urge to bring them back. Because they look, you're like, I am saying, you know, a non-interested person is also too silent. They never say they never say they never say they never say oh. You know? And the responses show that you are just waiting for your turn to speak. You remember the way I was saying you're having a conversation with Honorable and you are paraphrasing what he has said and you're sending the signal that you've understood? Now, when you are a non-interested person, you will never reflect on what he has said. You will always just bring in your point. So you look like you are not even listening, you are waiting to hear the full stop so that you say what you wanted to say. Let's move on. A non-interested person keeps on changing the topic. So we are talking about, I am busy trying to explain about the climate. You know, people have really cut down trees and this is what has caused us a lot of trouble. You know, this is what happened in South Sudan. There were forests a long time ago and then these people cut trees. And then suddenly we are talking with you and you start saying, and you see when they cut the trees, they ate all the money. Now things are so expensive. Now even my rent, I can't even pay my rent right now. It is so expensive. I'm even wondering where we'll sleep next month. Huh? Do you think I will think that you are listening to what I was saying? Because it's like you're not interested in what we were talking about, and your way, or how it comes out that you are not interested is, you veer off to another topic. Hey, did anyone yawn when? Did you notice anyone yawning? Let me tell you something. This one is just a tip. Whenever you are talking with people, please, even if you feel like yawning, try to hide it. There's a way you can do that, right? Like you can just do something under the table or something. But please don't yawn. Don't let someone be having a conversation. Sorry, a conversation.
Lovely, I like it. Who is a member of the Transitional National Legislative Assembly, TNLA, representing the Greater Tombora constituency, and the chair of the Bilateral Affairs and the Committee of the Foreign Affairs. Hey, would you listen to me? I'm introducing a great man and you are introducing yourselves. Yeah, no. So I was saying, Honorable Clement is the chair of the Bilateral Affairs and the Committee of the Foreign Affairs and the International Cooperation since 2021. Before becoming the Member of Parliament, he founded the United South Sudan Party, USSP, one of the registered progressive political parties in South Sudan, of which he became its first leader from 2004 to 2016. He served as the State Minister for Physical Infrastructure and Public Utilities in the government of the Western Equatorial State from 2012 to 2015. Following the outbreak of the violence in 2016, he went into exile, where he and others founded the South Sudan National Movement for Change and subsequently the South Sudan Opposition Alliance. He was the delegate of SSOA to the high-level revitalization process that culminated in the signing of the that one, say it aloud.
Article that is reconstituted the government of national unity.
We had one in Kenya in 2008. That is 2018 for you, for us in 2008. And of which SSOA is a signatory. Honorable Clement is currently the party leader, of the South Sudan National Movement for Change. He is also the current legal advisor for SSOA and doubles up as a representative of SSOA at the National Constitution Amendment Committee, NCAC, since 2019 to date. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for one and the only Honorable Clement. Please talk to your children. We are the children.
You've taken the
Mike.
so I can.
Mike, there's another mic. Yes, sorry. So yes, that's the one I was giving you.
Thank you, MC. I think you have known my name. I'm Chairman Juma Mukoniria. So I came 2 days ago, or a few days ago, for medical treatment. I have problem with my eyes. So currently I'm receiving treatment. That is why yesterday I was not able to join you. But I was informed that all of you are here. Some of you came from Uganda, others from Ethiopia, others from different parts of our continent. So I'm very pleased to attend this gathering because I know I'm speaking to future leaders of our country. Before I make a comment, I want to appreciate this organization, Sunray Foundation, because without them,
I think the platform that we are having now will not help in there. So let us thank them and thank those who come up with the ideas to organize this forum so that we can interact and discuss issues concerning our country. So I want to appreciate in a way that would be befitting, maybe a very strong clap, because this is a very unique initiative. Now, I'm very pleased that the presentation that I have listened is very, very touching. As a member of parliament, and there's someone who was a delegate to the peace negotiation in Addis Ababa, and I have also been involved in all the laws that have been reviewed. I'm a lawyer by profession myself. As a member of the National Constitutional Amendment Committee, I thought that if I had an opportunity to talk about the peace implementation and the reform that is needed, this could have been a very great opportunity for all of us, because I have a lot to share in that aspect. But since we are living in the world of .com, I'm sure we are also following issues on social media, and you are not very much left behind. So the problem we are having in South Sudan is, one, we got our independence, but then we did not manage the independence well. That is a fact, because independence comes with a big responsibility. We were a semi-autonomy of the Republic of Sudan. But now we become independent means we are now a country. And to be a country, there is a very big responsibility for you to manage a state. And I think we are transiting. We have been in transition for the last 17 years. And of course there are challenges that comes in, and those are part of the nation building. You will never miss it. Even some of the countries that we have today in Africa might have gone through the same process. But our case is a bit different, because we have not seen ourselves as a nation. We have seen ourselves as a tribes, which is a wrong approach. Because for you to be a nation, you got to see yourself as a people who have one thing in common. So during the struggle, we were almost a nation, because all of us have one common enemy that we were fighting. But then after our independence, we found ourselves now struggling over governance, over the issue of resources. And I'm glad that my daughter, if you are not my daughter, have mentioned key issues that are actually challenging our country at the moment. And so you have a big challenge, you the young people. The challenge you have is, how can we see ourselves as a nation? That is the first challenge. How do we see ourselves as a challenge, as a nation, rather than seeing ourselves as a tribes? I think your combination in the different universities where you have come from shows that you may be the last hope for South Sudan. Because even now in the parliament, we are a parliament of a multi-party system that is governed by the agreement. The agreement gave portion to each party to nominate members to parliament. But we still see ourselves in that class of a tribe or a small party, and that brings the challenge of how do we govern ourselves as a nation. I can assure you, we have the best laws in East Africa. Being someone who has been involved in reviewing about 24 laws up to today, when we review the laws, we do comparative studies about the different laws in our neighboring countries. And we know very well that in those laws, South Sudan, they have the best. But we are attacked by this element called tribalism. We are not using our resources properly, the human resource that we have. So we end up putting wrong people in wrong places. who had no time even to read those laws and to apply them for the benefit of our country. So I'm very pleased that you have been here, and I think the hope of our nation is on you, the young people, the university students in the different universities where you are, and we are hoping that when you finish, you come home to join us, those of us who will still be alive, so that we continue to build what you have built in East Africa here. Because what you have built, the way I see you from different parts of South Sudan in this gathering, is what our country needs. So your role is very big. Yeah. Your role as a young people and the young leaders is very big. We don't expect you to do the same mistakes that is now dragging us down. Yes, we have a government, but also do not expect the government to offer employment to everybody. That can never happen. So what will happen is that you use the skills that you are learning here, whether it is in IT, whether it is in law, whether it is medicine, whether it is what, to be more creative and more innovative, to create an employment for yourself and for others. If you will have a good system, maybe after the elections, I'm hoping that the government will be able to subsidize good ideas. People who have good ideas that can create jobs, government can subsidize that, so that you can create some kind of employment and relieving the burden of employment to the government. Because the government will never employ every graduate. That cannot happen. So I'm urging you to make use of the knowledge and the opportunity you have now. And I believe that if these chances of coming here for this conference today was open, the whole South Sudan will be coming here. And so those few of you who have come, you should count yourself blessed. You should count yourself as the seeds that have come here to learn something and take it back home. My sister, I think it is good you are here. I understand you just came from Cuba. You listen to what these people are saying, and this is the aspiration that our country wants to see. So I was not prepared to talk to you, but I thought, as you are a representative in the National Assembly, it is good for me to come and sit here and listen to what you are saying. Because once we know what you are saying, then we will be able to do something about it. The parliament at the moment is on recess, and you know the economic crisis that we are going through. We have now 7 months, we have not been paid. But we are pushing on, because there is no any other place than being at home. This is our home. So it is a challenge that lies ahead of you, and I'm saying this so that you get prepared. Some of you who will be joining the government, you are prepared that when you are coming to the government, you are coming to build a nation, not to build one single tribe. You will be coming to build a nation called South Sudan, which is composed of the 65 tribes that you have mentioned. That will be the role. Even those of you who will go to the private sector, you still have the same role, because it is nation building. Nation building is not only done by governments, it is also done by private individuals. The things that you do, whether it is a law firm, whether it is architectural companies, whether it is an IT, put in your mind that you are contributing to nation building. Because you will be creating jobs, you will be mentoring. I heard you talking about mentoring here. You will be mentoring others to take that responsibility of building our socio-economic development. Politics is not the only thing for all of us to go through. Some of you will go to politics, others should go to civil servant, others should go to private sector. This is how the nation can be built. So I want to stop here and only say thank you to these people, South Foundation, who have created this forum, and I hope that this should not be the last forum. If there are other means for you to raise resources, please organize more sessions like this. Some of us are ready to come and share our experience, the experience that we have at home. But we are not finding this opportunity to come and interact with you. But I think it is a good thing that you are here, try to learn and take this knowledge back home for the benefit of our country.
Yes. As journalists, that's what we believe in. You are, and Honorable MP here will tell you, you are as good as your networks. And in journalism, you can find it very hard if you don't have good networks. She said that and I picked that. And I think it's important that all of us here, we take each other's numbers. Can I tell you for a fact? One of you will be a prime minister. One of you will be a member of parliament. One of you will be a minister. One of you will be a president. And you will remember, we were with them, I never took the number. That is when you want a deal. And you are saying, how can I crack this? How can I crack this? And you start asking for numbers and they will tell you, ask the PA, ask the hood. That's how, as journalists, we ask the PA. There are 6,000 contacts. This one. And majority of these contacts are people I would want to interview in future. So when I meet them, I take their contacts, I put them in my phone, and then once in a while, I drop a message. How are you? I hope you're well. I write a friend and TV. So the day I want an interview, I'll just text, Mheshimiwa, I'll call you. They ask why, I'll call you. I call after 20 minutes. They'll think I was in a meeting. Mheshimiwa, I needed an interview today. Is it possible? Ah, Fred, you're disturbing me. Please, Mheshimiwa, would you come? They have your name. And he will tell you how important journalists are, and especially in creating their own awareness. Have those numbers. These people you are seeing here, these are big people. I am telling you for a fact. I am telling you for a fact, for a fact, for a fact. These guys you are seeing here, you know we have a prince. Where did the prince go to? Yeah? Of a whole kingdom. And you do not want to take his number. Oh. Hey! We have president himself here now. I am telling you for a fact. Please pick those numbers. And when Mheshimiwa is here, pick the number. You never know. You never know. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, and even now, the prince and the presidents, when they have the contacts of these people, the day you need to organize something in a university, you know someone who can gather the students for you. So it becomes very easy.
Yes! Now clap for my lady. Yeah. And men in this room, take your wives to school. Take your wives to school. Don't start marrying a class 4 dropout because you want to be the man in the house, Jogo. In Kenya we call them Jogo, the Simba, the lion. Take them to school, they will do you well. Yeah? You see, by God's grace, she works for an international company, IRC. That money is coming to her household. And it's good money, oh. Hey, please take them to school, let them acquire that education. You never know. You never know. Let's do a trisex. Form open. Good students, eh? I see where you went to school. Open wide. Open wide. Wider than that. Wider than that. Form open. Thank you, guys. Good job. Good job. Thank you, Wakili. And thank you, Anne. It was for both of you. You can gawanya. Gawanya is what in English? Where are English people? Split. You have been in Kenya for the longest. Divide those, you Wakili and Anne, and take those ones. Mark Zaza, the prince himself, please come and tell us about these case studies that you're going to present. I'm giving you again 10 minutes. The prince himself is here. Hey, the kingdom. Yawato.
Good afternoon, everyone. For those of us who are not here yesterday, I'm named Prince Mark Zaza from Bazande Kingdom. I'm from Uganda, studying human nutrition and dietetics. So I'm happy to be here under Sunray Organizations for this beautiful conference, 2 days conference. And happy to see all the South Sudanese who have attended this conference. Today, it was supposed to be presented yesterday, but we are going to present today. Due to time, I will not go much, but I welcome our elders, Honorable Clement, and Dr. Fugoyo, who is always there for the young people. May God bless you and continue and work hard to do this among us, the young people of South Sudan. We are here to present case study on conflict scenarios in South Sudan and the student presentations on possible mitigations measures with a special focus on the upcoming elections. As a group and as students came from Uganda, we have a group and we have something that we organize to present in this conference today for fellow South Sudanese. And I would like to call my fellow 2 presenters. I will come and say something, and let's be open and listen to them, and also you hear the scenarios, and you feel out of that scenario if you are in South Sudan, if you are in South Sudanese. Thank you very much.
I recognize the protocol and our elders that will yeah.
Hold still, 1 minute, please. Everyone, rise up. You look like you're about to sleep. Just breakfast. What is breakfast or 10 o'clock tea? All right. You remember what we did yesterday? No. Let us stretch. Stretching. They look like you are. They will beat you after this. All right. Stretch like that. I told you, you are all police officers. Everyone, please. How? All right. Hold your hands like that. Yes. Young people, you're sleeping more than your fathers. Bring it back. Men, please do not look at the ladies. Yes. I take it back. The hands only. All right. Bring it front, straight. Kando is side by side. A lot of Kiswahili is coming in. All right, put it here. All right, the other hand. Sit down.
Thank you so much, moderator. Yeah, just at the flow of the presentation, call me Emma Alorodata from Bukema University, the nutrition. Yeah, just on the point of case study about the conflict scenario and the mitigation. I just want to introduce us brief on the background of where South Sudan came from, and then my co-presenter will take us to the kinds of conflicts that are there in South Sudan and how we can mitigate. Yeah, according to the colonial legacy, South Sudan was historically marginalized under the northern government, the Khartoum's government, in the terms of development and governance.
That is USA based in Uganda, a Christian NGO working in peace building activities. Before that, in 2014 to 2022, he was a lecturer, head of department, and later vice chancellor of Africa Renewal University. He holds a PhD in theological studies from Africa International University, Nairobi, a master of divinity from Nairobi Evangelical Graduate School of Theology, an MBA Institutional Management and Leadership from Uganda Technology and Management University. He attended a secondary school in Khartoum, Sudan. He's a council member for Africa International University in Nairobi. He's also the Gospel Coalition for Africa Council, a landmark scholar. He has written several articles, books, chapters on leadership, in a book titled Inverted Enemies, The Culture South Sudanese Need to Change. He's married to Joyce, and together they have 2 daughters. Ladies and gentlemen, Karibisheni Dr. Baime. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much. Provided by an experienced person in life or profession. So someone who is experienced in something is helping you to become a better person in that area, in life or in a profession. It is where a stronger here is between two quotes, okay? It's where a stronger person holds the hands of a weaker person, okay, to lead them to where they ought to be. So stronger and weaker here, don't take it as positive and negative, okay? It's just someone who is experienced is helping someone who is inexperienced to have the experience the experienced person has. Okay, that's what I mean here. I don't know what's happening in here. In mentorship, the mentor knows the potholes on the road, and he tries to show the mentees where the potholes are and how to avoid those potholes. That is why mentorship is very important. In life, there are so many potholes. You need someone who knows where they are so that they can help you avoid falling into them. It's like those of us who drive, especially in Kampala, okay, there are roads. If you are familiar with that road very well, you always know where the pothole is, even at night. When you get there, you slow down. But anyone who does not know that, they always have problems with those potholes. So an experienced person is someone who knows where those potholes are. Now, realities that necessitate mentorship. Why is mentorship important? Why must it be there? There are realities. One, everyone is born without experience. Right? Everyone is born without experience, and because of that, there is need for mentorship. Number two, there are many paths, meaning ways in life. Because there are many ways in life, you need someone to let you know which way. That's why it is important. Number three, you are also tampering with mine here. Let me, when you are done, you let me know I'm unplugging this. It's affecting me. One cannot do everything. That also necessitates what? Mentorship. One cannot do everything. You cannot do everything. There is something specific you need to do. Each person is wired to do specific things. You are not born to do everything. You are wired. You know the word wired? In church or in a religious setting, we will say you are gifted. Okay? You are gifted with gifts to do specific things, not everything. So all of us are wired to do different things. Each person can only excel in one thing, or maybe two. But you can excel in one thing. And for you to figure out that one thing, sometimes you need a hand to help you, to take you to where you are going to excel in that one thing. The world needs specialized people or professionals. I always give these examples. You know, specialized doctors. The Arabic says ikhsa'in or ikhtisasiin, meaning people who are specialized. You know, there are those general doctors, right? General practitioners. There are those specialized ones. Everyone feels good when they meet a specialized doctor. Why? Because they are deep in their specialization, and the world needs that. That's why we do have lawyers. You can have someone who is a lawyer but has got no good idea for example, in theology. You have theologians who almost know nothing in engineering, because professions are different. But an engineer must be deep in engineering. So the world needs that, and that can only come through mentorship. Now, mentorship has got goals. There are goals for mentorship. Mentorship is meant to prepare a person for the tasks ahead of them. Okay? Each one of us, we have tasks ahead of us, especially the younger generations. What mentorship does is it prepares you to get to that task, for that task. That is goal. Then, if there is also clarity in life, mentorship also is meant for that, clarity in life. Life is so bland, you see so many things, or sometimes you don't see things clear, but mentorship is a way of making things clear for you, clarity in life, so that you know which is which, and you are able to use the right direction, the right path. Skill development. Mentorship also helps in skill development. It helps you to become a better person by developing you to achieve or to become who you ought to be. And also mentorship is good for planning. In life, life cannot be meaningful without planning. If you just live life without planning, you will be everywhere. And anyone who is everywhere cannot do anything. You only need to be somewhere, and that somewhere must be specific. I am on mentorship. Mentorship begets leaders. When you mentor people, these people are ready to become leaders. Or when you are mentored, this is now when you are ready for leadership, or you are being sharpened to become the leader you ought to be. So, mentorship is the path to leadership. That is why we said mentorship, for leadership. The mentorship that leads to leadership. And that is very key. There are so many things. Let me ask this question. We may not have time to answer them. Who is your mentor? This is a question, okay? Who is your mentor? I did not want to ask, do you have a mentor? I thought, let me not ask that. But just agree with me that that question is answered. You know why a mentor has to be there. Then who is your mentor is a very, very important question. Sometimes people will tell you my mentor is so and so, and the person they are saying is my mentor, they have not met them, they have never talked to them, they never watched them, they have never come closer to them, and they say this is my mentor. Let me tell you, that cannot be your mentor. Your mentor cannot be someone you watch on the TV and you have never talked to, you have never interacted with, you don't know their life. There are people, they are fake people on the TV, okay? Yeah. The person you see on the TV is different from the real him or her. There are people there, they are nice, they can dress well, they can talk nice, but their life is miserable. Their life is terrible. So don't pick your mentor, someone you just watch. Your mentor should be someone that you see. Someone that you see when they are in trouble. Someone that you can watch when they are solving problems. Someone that you can talk to when you are going through an issue. Someone that you can rely on. That should be your mentor. Someone you can talk to. But if you say your mentor is someone you don't see, it's always very hard. You can learn from someone that you see on the screen or you hear about, but usually the best teacher is the one who is near you. Okay? So mentorship. Who is your mentor? Now the question is, why, in case you have a mentor, why is that person your mentor? Why is he or why is she your mentor? It is a question that needs an answer. I am rushing because my time originally was 1 hour 30 minutes. It is now half an hour. Okay? That is why you can see what I am now trying to do. So, leadership, mentorship should lead to leadership. There are always questions of what leadership is. There are pictures here I wanted to show, but no problem. There are people who picture leadership like this. They will say, a leader is someone who is in front of the people and the people follow them. Okay, this is one definition. There is another definition that the leader, the leader is someone who is behind the people, watching the people as they move, and then he guides them. It's also a definition. Okay, sometimes you can be going ahead alone, and people are very far from you. Sometimes they can be ahead of you and you are very far from them. You can also be walking with them, but there is a gap. But when you are in the middle, you are able to be an influencer, and leadership is all about influence. So when you are mentored, or when you are being mentored so that you lead. And when you lead, you are not leading from any direction. You are actually leading within where you are, the environment in which you live, your own context, your own country, your own, if you are a student leader, that is your constituency. If you are a company manager, that's your constituency. If you are a political leader, wherever you are, you have a place where you operate, where you exercise your leadership. And influence is the most important thing in leadership. So if you are not an influencer, you are not able to influence people positively. The influence here should be positive, so you are not a leader. So that is how we will define leadership. Now, in all the definitions that people have been giving for centuries or for years, the leadership definition, there are two things that we see standing strong in those definitions. One, leadership, in all the definitions, there is an element of direction. Leadership has to have an element of direction. Where are you taking the people you are leading? Okay, direction. You don't lead just for the sake of you being there, but there has to be where you are going. That is a very important element in leadership. Direction, which we can also say sometimes vision. You are seeing where you want to go, and you are actually directing the people to where you want to go, or where you want the constituency, where you are leading, you want to go. The other element in all this definition is the push toward achieving something. You do not lead by sitting. You lead by directing, to direct where, to achieve something. There has to be something that you want to achieve. So that is why mentorship is important, because this is where it is taking us so that we achieve something. Now, 4 reasons for mentorship, for leadership, okay? 4 reasons why there has to be mentorship for leadership. 4 reasons. Reason number 1, most of us are leaders or are aspiring to lead, okay? If that is the case, then mentorship for leadership is important. It is. Because most of us here have been leading, we are leaders, and some of us still want to continue leading. So, it is important. At least you lead yourself. That is also a good reason. Now, that is reason number 1. Reason number 2, why mentorship for leadership is important. Everything begins and ends with leadership. When I first saw this statement by John Maxwell, I thought, what is he trying to do? Then I began to realize it is true. In this life, everything begins and ends with leadership. John Maxwell says, everything rises and falls on leadership. That is his own statement. Everything rises and falls on leadership. If you see a nation rising, there is a leader. If you see it falling, there is also a leader. If you see a family moving on very well, there is a leader. If it's also failing, there is a leader. Okay? There is always a leader who is making things rise or make things fall in this life. Nothing happens without leadership. Okay? Nothing happens without leadership. This workshop, it could not have happened if there was no leader. The bus we ride on, there has to be a leader. Okay? So, nothing happens without leadership. Nothing begins without leadership. Every organization, every institution, every factory, everything begins with leadership. Nothing begins without leadership. Nothing improves without leadership. Anything that we want to see improve, there always has to be someone behind it. Nothing moves without leadership. These are very key. Nothing succeeds without leadership. So reason number 2 is everything, you know, begins and ends with leadership. That is reason number 2. What was reason number 1 for mentorship for leadership? Pardon? Yes, most people aspire to be leaders, or because most of us are already leaders. Then number 2 is everything begins and ends with leadership. Number 3, reason number 3, most Africa's problems are related to leadership. And we are in this continent of Africa. So there is need for mentorship for leadership, because most Africa's problems are related to leadership. The Rwanda genocide in 1994, leadership. If you read the story very well, why it happened. Okay, if you don't know it, you can go and read about it. 1994, the genocide in Rwanda, whereby people died. Leadership. The Kenyan conflict, you know, the skirmishes in 2007, 2008, I was here. Leadership, right, Kenyans? Where are they? Yes? Yeah, yes, I was here. Leadership. The South Sudanese conflicts in 2013, 2016. Leadership. The Ethiopian-Tigray region conflict, those of you coming from Ethiopia. Leadership. Then the current Sudanese conflict. Leadership. You know, even the poverty, the underdevelopment, and the diseases in Africa linked to leadership. Okay? So if most of our problems are linked to leadership, then we have to take mentorship for leadership very seriously. Okay? Because it affects us. If we play around with it, we are going to have problems. We will continue to have problems. That's why mentorship for leadership is very important. Reason number 4, the youth are the majority in Africa. The youth are the majority in Africa. There are so many statistics, but there are those who have agreed that at least all the statistics say the majority of the population of Africa are the youth. Okay? People who are now being trained, people who are going to become presidents and ministers and directors and CEOs in a few years. They are the majority. So if they are the majority, it's not good that we sit and watch. It's good that they are mentored. Those who are young should look for mentors. By the way, most of the time when we talk about this issue of mentors and mentees, many people tend to think that mentors are the one to look for mentees and mentor them. But to me, I actually think the mentees should look for mentors. If you know you want to become someone, please get someone to help you. You are the one who is in need, okay? It doesn't mean that mentors should not help or should not look for people to mentor, but the mentees, who knows, you know that you need someone, you need to become someone or something, you need to look for a mentor. Now, a mentored leader is different from the rest of the leaders. A mentored leader has the experience needed to lead. Okay? That person has the experience why he or she has worked with someone. Punch? Okay. We are almost done. Okay? We are almost done with the day. Let us try to be active. I mentioned a terminology, a term here. I said good leadership. I said good because I want to differentiate it from the rest of the leaderships. Okay? So there are 4 ingredients of good leadership, at least 4. If you want to be a good leader, you want to exercise good leadership, these 4 should not miss out. Okay? You should not forget them. Number 1, if you are leading, the issue of vision. Vision is very, very key in leadership. Vision is the ability to look into the future. You know, you are sitting today here in the year 2024 but you are able to look into the year 2027, 2028, 2029 and see what is there. Okay? I am not saying you are a prophet. I am not saying you are a witch doctor. I am saying you are able to imagine and have a sense of next year, the other year, you know, and the future. That is vision, the ability to look and see the future. Questions related to that are these. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Let me pause here. Think for yourself. Where do you want to be? Or what do you want to become in 5 years? Think for yourself. 5 years, not next year. Where do you want to be in 5 years? 1 or 2 people without a microphone, can you raise your hand? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Yes.
I want to see myself having my law firm in South Sudan and Juba, and be able to amend the constitution for the Republic of South Sudan.
Oh yes, in 5 years he wants to have his law firm, his own. I told you yesterday that I love the Bible. There is one thing there in the Gospel of Mark which says, Jesus called his disciples so that they could be with him, so that he could send them. You see, he called them so that they could be with him. Why? Mentorship. But the end result was what? So that he could send them. That is good leadership. Let them come for some time, let them go. You go become another thing. Don't keep being with me, working for me all the time. No. Work for me when I know that you are now strong, you go. I bring another one to train. This is good leadership. Your heart is to deploy, not to employ. Don't be happy when there are so many people near you here. You look like this, you see so many people. They don't want to go anywhere. They are just with you. Wherever you go, they are with you and you are happy with them near you. They support you, they fight for you. They are the one talking, sending words on social media against other people, you know, on your behalf. They are the one. It is not good. But when you send them, you say, you go, you guys, it's enough, you go. Let others come. That is good to deploy. A good leader should not think they will remain leaders in a position, but will one day have to leave that position.
And it's very key for us, when you don't empower others, you actually do not become the leader you ought to be. Our guest of honor is here.
Thank you. I'm sorry for disrupting.
Thank you.